He was back in the dugout. Let's see if there's anything that can be said about that as far as how Accra Hearts of Oak played on the day. So you could see that was some chance there. But prior to this game, it's important to take notice that in the last 4 games Accra Hearts of Oak had played prior to this game, they've drawn 1 and lost 3. They lost to Ken Faisal, they lost to 11 Wonders, and they lost to...
That's a 4th loss because Great Olympics. They lost.
Yes, they lost to Great Olympics too.
Yeah, and
all right. This is Suraj Saidu scoring in 27. No, he scored in the 9th minute of the game.
So that's the 10th.
The 9th minute, 10th, 9th minute of the game. You can see that was when Suraj Saidu scored, and I'm not sure. I don't know, the way the cameras captured it is quite difficult. He's been on some good form.
He's
been some pretty good form.
Benjamin York,
but where was the goalkeeper going? How was the goalkeeper going?
It was no man's land.
It was absolutely no man's land. So it's important to know that Accra Hearts of Oak were not exactly in a good form going into this game.
No, but they
were not in a good form going into this game.
The return of their manager should have boosted their performance. The return of
Samuel Boydu should have boosted their performance.
Dugout should have boosted. Because this wasn't Hamza Mohammed or Beng. This was the gaffer himself.
But even he himself, when he travelled to Tamale, he didn't win that game.
No, it was a golden.
So this was the first goal.
That was the equalizer from RTU.
Okay, from the first goal of RTU, and you could see he was left alone in the box, and he connected to it beautifully. That's Ronald Frimpong, who ended up scoring 2 goals on the day. I'm not sure why Star Times captured this very poorly like that. It wasn't good production for him. But he was left all in. But that's poor defending.
No one was backing him, and I believe that should have been Sule Aliu Muntari. Marking him.
No, you could see
he was right in front of it. Just look at that.
No, it wasn't Sulali Muntari's marking. Look, it was the player who was raising.
No, but he was also standing there.
Sulali was a little ahead, but you could see before the ball was kicked, the player was. I'm not sure who is the player who's raising his hand.
But I should know who's behind you.
That's their defensive midfielder. I've forgotten his name.
Yeah, but just look at that.
Yeah,
so
that's him. Yeah, he's the one who was supposed to be picking Ronald Frimpong. He left him run.
Hands, as if he was.
Does this look like a goal that was gifted?
No, I just don't think this was pure defensive error over there. This was some incompetence from the Hearts of Oak defense.
So the first goal, the verdict here is that this is not a goal that was.
No, I don't think this
gifted.
I don't.
This was just defensive lapses.
Yeah, and I believe it's similar to what Hearts of Oak themselves scored via a defensive error, from RTU.
Yeah.
But they had some fairly good chances.
So that was
a good save.
That was a good save there from
just one hand.
RTU goalkeeper there. RTU goalkeeper. That was very. That was Suraj Saidu again.
Again.
Suraj Saidu. He's been having quite a good end of the season for himself. It had rained, you could say. So this was a penalty.
That was a penalty. No, but how do you make such an error? Oh, come on.
That's Richmond Aye.
That was
Richmond
so casual.
Aye. That was a back pass.
Yeah, that was a hospital pass. That was a hospital pass. That was a hospital pass. But
Richmond Aye clearly knew there was always going to get the ball.
There was
no way.
He had to go. And just try his luck.
And he got a yellow card.
He got a yellow card.
And does this look like a gifted penalty?
No, I don't think this was gifted. This was an error. This was a blunder. And just look at that.
And David Abagna Sandan,
he returned to the side and he got his 9th goal of the season, I believe. His 9th goal.
So the second goal clearly does not look like a goal that was gifted by Accra Hearts of Oak. So we are subjecting Accra Hearts of Oak game to scrutiny because the allegation has been rife that they gifted the game. I don't know why Tugbe Afede, after allegedly colluding to gift the game, we go and visit the players and motivate them to win. No, you don't do that.
That would be hypocrisy.
That was hypocrisy. So we are subjecting every single goal that was scored by RTU to see if is there anything gifted about these goals. 2 goals scored and none of them looks like a gifted goal. I think this was the possibly the third goal.
Oh, come on.
Again, that's some very poor defensive way by
and we've seen this over the weeks, the last few weeks. In their game against Great Olympics, we saw it. In their game against Ken Faisal, in their game against Ken Faisal, we saw the same thing. And it's like that has been. See, just look at that. No, but
what was Mo doing?
What was he doing? Because he should have still stayed with his marker.
No, he thought it was a foul ball.
No. Did he hear the whistle? Did the whistle go for a foul?
Okay, let's take a look at that again. Let's take a look at that again. Let's take a look at that again.
What was Mo
Alassane doing? Why was Mo Alassane?
Why did he just leave the player? Why did he just leave the player? It doesn't make any sense.
I think he was calling for a foul ball.
On who?
On who? No, because the ball. If you look at the ball when the ball was lifted, you could see that's why
No, but
started
you still stay with your marker. Regardless, you still stay with your marker. Or he was thinking he was anticipating the other player.
No, but you
intercept
could
the
see
ball.
he was clearly interacting with
No,
the
but
referee.
I thought he was in anticipating the other player, his teammate. His,
No, but watch more, Alison. When the ball was already in motion, he was interacting with
no,
the
but you
referee.
don't do that until you hear the whistle. You
Exactly.
don't, as a
So
professional,
watch
you
him.
don't do that.
You could see he was talking to the referee.
Maybe he was thinking the other guy.
No, Josiah.
Yeah.
Josiah. When the ball is in a dangerous area,
Yeah, you make sure you clear it before.
at the very least,
Yeah.
you try and put in a position to receive the pass.
Exactly.
So why was Mo Alassan,
Just look at that.
when the ball was in a dangerous area, trying to talk to the referee? What was he doing?
That's the point.
What was Mo Alassan doing?
Because
I look at it. I don't think that was a gifted goal. Again, but I think Mo Alassan was being very unprofessional.
Yes, exactly. At that
What kind of
point,
defending is this?
At that point,
The ball is in a danger because he knew very well.
Than clearing the ball.
Watch, and you know, and clearly he would have seen that Ronald Frimpong head. You would have seen that Ronald Frimpong has been left all alone there.
Yeah.
Why is he talking to the referee?
Exactly. Was that the referee? He was talking to the referee.
Why is he talking? When you know the ball is still emotional, no, Mo Alassan, it is a very look. In being fair, this is a curious situation. This is a suspicious situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Why Mo Alassan, knowing that the ball is in a dangerous
I just
area?
wish we knew the events that led to the goal. Was there a foul that he believed?
No. But you saw it. We can take it back. It was a long ball that was lifted.
Yeah, but maybe
and they were fighting for the ball.
Build up, maybe something might have occurred.
Josiah,
that's what I'm trying to.
When you know the ball is in a dangerous area.
Yeah, that's the point, because you make sure as a professional you defend the ball first before you make any allegations. Before you make any protest,
and before you even stop.
Yeah,
playing.
That's the point. That's what I'm saying. One, it's either that something got him agitated, or he knew he anticipated his teammate to clear the ball. Just look at that. Maybe he thought his teammate would have gotten to the ball.
Look, even if you think your teammate was going to get the ball, is that how you react?
That's the
you
point.
stop playing.
No, that's the point.
So for me, I think it's suspicious of Mo Alassan. Extremely suspicious of Mo Alassan. And look, if Kosa Mabwedu is very angry about this, he should be asking Mo Alassan why. Tell us why you decided to.
You decided not to defend that ball
at a time when you're about to concede a goal. No, you don't defend like that.
No, you don't.
You don't defend like that.
You don't.
So it's either he was being what do you call it, unprofessional, or Mo Alassan need to answer questions why he decided to play like that. Why did he take his eyes off the ball? Just look at that. Just this is too casual.
It was too casual from him.
It
was too casual.
No.
Too casual.
Mo Alassan is a serious defender. He's one who a lot of people have called for him to be called up to the Black Stars, and I think if you defend like this,
no, I don't think
he needs to explain why he decided to play like this on this very occasion. Let's look at the fourth goal. The fourth goal was an own goal for Mo Alassan himself. So so he had a very bad day, you can say. It's either he was being it's difficult to understand why Mo Alassan played, but we saw the first second goal.
Can have like such bad days in football.
All right, so let's progress. Let's progress. Okay, this was almost the fourth goal by a huge miss. Huge miss by David there, David Abagana Sandam. Huge miss there. So at the end of the first half,
after it was 3-1.
It was 3-1.
At halftime,
down by 3 goals to 1.
Oh.
3 goals to 1. So we're going to take a look at briefly at the second half and see the own goal that Mo Alassan conceded. And you could see Hakratu up their game a bit in the second half.
I think
they really upped their game. They were trying to. Okay, this one led to the fourth goal. It was an own goal for Mo Alassan. And watch Mo Alassan, that team running to try and cover, and the cross comes through, and boom, he heads it into his net. But that's poor defending.
That's poor defending. That's
terrible defending. Very terrible. As low as the ball is, you're going to use your head.
Yeah, exactly. Because he could have even left that for the goalkeeper. Come on.
That's horrible. That's incredibly horrible.
That's funny. That's a blunder.
Look, if you watch his face, he was practically smiling. Was
he smiling?
Watch his face. He was smiling. Now that's terrible.
Maybe he just couldn't believe that. Maybe he just couldn't believe it. He just couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Maybe he just couldn't believe it.
Wow.
He just couldn't believe it.
Wow. But tell me, why would this ball be taken as an own goal? Because the ball was going on target.
No, he deflects the ball.
Yeah, but it was going on target.
It's not clear if it was on target. So he deflects the ball from its intended destination. That's what happened. So you can't say.
So that's how Accra folks' day ended. That's how the